I'm sorry, I can't turn off the bugs.
Now you can continue to fart. There you go. Good for you.
Alright, so what's the topic?
Well, like I was saying before, we're just going to talk mainly about critics and everything like that. And, you know,
suck.
A little bit about Suicide Squad and all that good stuff. So, as you know, this is the Backroom Crew podcast. Today we have myself, DB. We have Josh to my right. We have Scott to his right. We have Andre to his right.
Andre's right. A great void of nothing.
I'm Mr. Macy's.
Look at me.
I want to die.
Okay, I can make that happen.
I've literally been alive for 3 hours. It's like an eternity for Macy's.
Oh man, yeah,
I could take over the universe with Macy's.
Really good.
As long as you kept it
angry
simple and not
Make me emperor of the entire universe. Oh man, that's a lot of work. I'm gonna need some more Macy's.
At least it wasn't take 2 strokes of the golf game.
Oh God. If we kill him, you don't have to worry about it. Your logic is flawed.
I mean, you notice that it took his wife basically just telling him what to do in order to get his...
Again, they're
stroke.
codependent.
I'm so confused at this point.
Rick and Morty.
I don't watch that.
That's why you're confused.
You should.
I don't watch TV.
You should watch Rick and Morty.
We don't watch TV either.
Dude, I watch it all online, like off of one of my anime sites.
But anywho.
Yeah. So
It's
pretty
on
much...
streams on Hulu, and I know you have my Hulu password, you bastard.
Girlfriend gave it to me. My fault, she gave it to me.
So a lot of the
Dig it.
reviews came out before the Suicide Squad movie. Everybody saw what it was, saw what was, you know, what people thought about it. But everybody still wanted to go see it anyway. And it is one of the highest selling movies in the month of August right now. At least the first week.
I think it's more or less... I'm going to put this out there. I'm okay with the movie. It didn't, like, blow me away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of
It
like...
was entertaining.
It was... I see what the critics were saying, where, like, there's way too many stories to, like, throw in at one time. But again, they're not trying to do, like, a background movie for every freaking hero or villain, like they did with the Marvel shit. So you can't really get to know each individual personality as well as you wanted to.
I mean, I thought it was done well. They focused on the most important players in the story.
Oh, you mean Will Smith?
Will Smith
Will Smith.
and whoever.
Because you notice
Quinn.
on every single, and like this is just from me paying attention, like how movies is. Will Smith was billed before every other character.
Well, to be fair, Deadshot, he was the leader, technically the leader of Suicide Squad.
He technically is kind of like...
Which is kind of cool. Right now, in the comics, they brought back Rick Flag. Because Rick Flag wasn't the leader for the New 52 Suicide Squad, so they're bringing him back. And I like the way that they brought him back. Is basically like...
But we're talking about the movie, DB. Don't rabbit trail on the comic books.
Anyway.
But, I mean, just basically speaking, Will Smith, when his son isn't there, is...
He's a great actor.
He's an excellent actor. He was the most charismatic person there, right next to Harley Quinn.
Oh, God. You already know how I feel about Harley Quinn.
You just don't like her because she's like your ex. God, which just... that's not a reason not to like someone.
God, I hate her so much.
See, that's associated salt. That's unfair.
Yeah, but that's a lot of salt.
Yeah.
Alright. My whole thing with Harley Quinn is I was like, I didn't like the costume from the get-go. Hated it.
Yeah, but that's...
but
I was like, alright, and I could deal with that. You know, they've changed her
but the thing
costume
is,
so many times.
the costume changed over so many times. So
and
it's
they
like,
still threw it back to her original Harley Quinn.
And they still
Exactly.
gave you the throwback. So I was like, alright, so I can deal with it.
it's like, you know, one of the things was they were going to use the New 52 costume for her costume.
And I would have loved that.
I don't really like that costume. I don't like the New 52 costume.
But the whole point was I was like, I was kind of like, because the only reason why I want to see it was because I like Harley Quinn. And I've liked Harley Quinn since the get-go.
You and everybody else.
Like, from the
Still
get-go.
working libido.
It's not even about that. Like, I like the character, too. Like,
Okay.
Every girl from age 16 to 24 loves Harley Quinn. Remember that.
Yeah.
She's my idol. I want her.
and, you know, I do like Deadshot. I really do. So I was like, alright, that's cool. We got 2 people here. But I was like, I went into it knowing that I was like, I'm probably not going to like this movie, but I came out pleasantly surprised that it was actually kind of good.
I will say this. What's the lady's name? I can't never remember her name.
Amanda Waller?
Her.
Yeah.
Amanda Waller. Who they got to play her.
Viola Davis.
And how she played that character.
Spot on.
I've said it so many times before. She is the ultimate evil in the DC universe.
Amanda Waller?
She's frightened me so much.
She's not afraid.
She
thinks she has control, which she doesn't, what makes her even more dangerous.
The thing is, she even did the Amanda Waller smirks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever watched the Batman, Justice League Unlimited or anything with Amanda Waller in it,
oh God, yeah,
the cartoon, she would have little moments where she'd be talking real serious, and like when you say something or whatever, she just smirk like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every smirk is like, I'm already plotting everything to go against you. So I've got
contingency.
It's like the female Batman.
Yeah.
The female evil Batman.
She's not really evil.
She is evil.
She's utilitarian. She'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. That's the reason why I like her. Because if you set her to do something, she will do it. It will be done to the best of her ability.
But she fails every time.
And plus, she'll cross the line.
She will cross the line. I mean, she killed her entire room full of interns. It's like, they don't have clearance for this. I was like, you could have briefed them out.
Yeah, it's like...
That's a lot of interns.
I mean, they can get new ones.
Exactly. Interns are kind of...
It's like, man, they just got the dream job. It's like, hey, I got this job, man. It was like, it's gonna pay for my college, give me some good credit. College credits, man. It's gonna be
I get
awesome.
to work for the government.
One demonic invasion, and your life is forfeit.
And I get to work for the government with good benefits.
Can we talk about how like she went down and instead of being a little bitch, she just picked up the closest AR and like, let's go.
Oh yeah,
I'm on.
She said, so you're gonna try to shoot through the helicopter door at the big demonic entity that obviously tons of other people have already tried to shoot at.
Well, I mean, she could have gone down like those Marines that just stood there and instead of pulling out a knife or something and charging, just stood there and took it.
Yeah, and just watched Deadshot like just
drop everybody.
Freaking. What was the reference?
It was the Clone Wars commander on top of the car, just
Cody.
Yeah,
just wrecking house.
Oh no, that
like
would be
he was making the SEALs look like chumps.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool that Will Smith spent like some time training with SEALs so he could move and handle himself the way he was supposed to. Exactly. Wasn't Deadshot like a SEAL or some point?
I believe he was a military.
He was in the military, but he was not necessarily
like special forces or whatnot.
I don't think they ever flushed out what they said he was supposed to be.
I also don't like. I always remember, like when I'm at work during downtime, I'll read BBC, and I was looking over the BBC article, and they I swear it was deliberate. They deliberately misquoted a scene where they said that what was it, that he lost in a fight against Batman, and it's like, no, he did not lose in a fight against Batman. His daughter got in the way and prevented him from shooting Batman in the goddamn face.
Which I thought was dirty by Batman, but again, we all have established that this Batman is I'm tired of playing with y'all, Batman. I've been doing this for 30 plus years, Batman.
The thing is, when he first dropped down, he said, I don't want to do this in front of your daughter.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to do this, man.
Yeah. Just give yourself up, Floyd.
And my other thing going into this is I really did not like Jared Leto's Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was interesting.
It was interesting.
It makes me want to look for more to see what he does.
I'm like, I want Joker. I don't
Which Joker?
want...
Do you want Golden Age? Silver
You realize
Age,
there's 3 Jokers.
I understand that. Like,
oh God,
the only Joker to me is Mark Hamill.
Okay.
Well, if you're gonna,
but we're talking,
movie,
like what they classify each era.
The thing is, all of us, coming from that generation of growing up with Mark Hamill as the Joker, we're never gonna be satisfied with anyone else.
I was satisfied.
Well, shoot, Kevin Conroy says he hates Ben Affleck Batman.
Like, I really did like.
I might have taken that out of context. He doesn't like Ben Affleck Batman.
I did like Tommy, or what? Who was it? It wasn't Jack Nicholson as Joker in the original Batman with Michael Keaton. I did like that one. I did like the Heath Ledger Joker. Wasn't my favorite, but it was a good one. To me, this just wasn't a Joker. This was just some punk dressed up like the Joker.
I think I see what's going on here. Yeah. The clothes, his physical appearance belies the fact of who he is.
The Joker, as far as I'm concerned, has never had tattoos and grills.
This is chain. Modern era Joker.
Do you know how he got the grills?
Batman punched his teeth out.
Yeah, Batman punched his teeth out after he killed Robin.
So and that's cool. I'm cool with just the fake teeth, but then he's got he's gangster. I'm like, yo, you're not gangster. You're the Joker.
The Joker is a gangster.
Yeah.
No,
he is gangster.
To me, he's old school mafia gangster.
I know, but this is a modern reinterpretation of that.
You gotta take the Joker with the times. He's 2016 gangster.
He's not 2012. He's not 1912 gangster.
I don't mind the Joker.
Back then, they were still putting your teeth back together from Civil War times.
No, they had gangsters back in the day.
I don't mind the Joker being the way he is because they only gave us about 15 minutes of him. Maybe
I really want to see the deleted Joker scenes.
Yeah, the ones
it's coming out with the DVD.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've read, and
he needs his own. He needs something standalone, with him in it.
A Batman movie.
He needs to be in a Batman movie or something. Because
again, I liked.
That might actually change my
Bruce Wayne.
Right.
That might actually change my mind. If I actually got to see more of the Joker, it might change my mind. But just from what I saw of this Joker, I did not like it.
This variation seemed to be a bit of a psychopath, but way more of a businessman than the actual Joker.
Yeah.
You didn't see a lot of weird psychological horror, any weird gases that made you see shit.
See, that's what I...
But that's because he was...
That's the Joker to me. He's not some
But his influence in this was mild at best.
I mean, the fact that he stormed a military facility with a guy dressed as a penguin.
It showed that he does have some things as... He has some characteristics of the Joker, basically that... I don't give a F what I want, I'm gonna get. He wanted Harley Quinn. He didn't care if he had to, who he had to tempt, who he had to, get to or whatever like that, who he had to kill. They were, nothing.
But this Joker's also, if you look at how he's set up, he's
more
Kingpin level Joker.
And I mean,
he's top tier of the criminal world.
I just did not like this portrayal of the Joker.
A lot of people...
And, it might change my mind later if they bring him back and give us more.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I don't like him.
I feel it's just his physical appearance. If he looked more like a man in a sharp suit,
and you know what,
that might be a bit more.
That might be it too. But at the same time, I just want more of it because it just kind of felt off.
I'm not going to judge whether I like it or not because I don't think it was enough to give me justice. Same way with Spider-Man. The Spider-Man from Civil War. Mm-hmm. I can't technically judge that because they only gave me a little bit of it.
Yeah, but they gave you a lot more
than this Joker.
Than the Joker. Because the Joker came in for a little nibble. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Batman, the Ben Affleck Batman.
I want to see Death in the Family.
Oh, God. They're
God, that's one of the
I want the Death in the Family story.
They got to prove themselves to everybody before they try to do that. First of all,
yeah, because the thing is, Ben Affleck said when he gets him and Jeff Johns are going to work on a new story for it. They're going to work they're going to work on a unique story.
Yeah.
See, that might actually change my perspective of this Joker. If
still waiting on a damn Batman Get Beyond movie.
But the major thing. Let's talk about the critical reception and what critics thought about it and everything like that. Because critics really, for the last couple of movies, as far as look at the last 3 DC movies, Man of Steel,
all the movies,
Batman v Superman,
not just Marvel,
even the movies this summer, Ghostbusters,
which was I saw that the other day.
Independence Day,
it was
Ninja Turtles,
awesome.
Independence Day,
it was good,
so hard.
Good, you're like the second person I've seen that said that it was
the Ghostbusters was actually good.
Yeah, see that's
because critics destroyed it, and I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? This is a sequel to the Ghostbusters.
And see, that's the thing.
It's not a standalone thing. It's a sequel. All the original characters except Egon, who died, were in it, and they were all like reprised their roles. Like Dan Aykroyd was all like, "Hey,
Rick Moranis quit acting."
Yeah,
like.
Although he is trying to come back.
Dan Aykroyd even produced this.
I thought he's trying to come back because his kids are going for college. He doesn't have to be at home anymore. Huh? I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry. But like, Dan Aykroyd produced it. He was in it. And he was even like, I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Well, Dan Aykroyd produced the first one.
But the whole point was, is like, they're saying, they even say this happened before. Like, all the ghosts coming out.
Mm-hmm.
They throw back to the old movie so much, it's not even funny. Like, they even went to the fire station and they go, this is a little much for us. We don't have the money for this rent. And then when they said the rent, it was like $40,000 a month or some stupid shit like that. And they were all like, and then that's when they go to the place above the Chinese restaurant. And then once they save the city just kind of gives them the fire station.
Yeah. First of all, if you're in a world that has that problem, like on a regular basis, why are you just not going to keep having that?
Because the government stepped in.
Remember, the EPA was throwing shit fits.
Yeah, don't spoil too much for me.
I mean,
like,
you
were the one saying.
I still say that movie never should have been made. Same as the Independence Day resurgence.
Independence Day. That from what I've been hearing, even people didn't like that. Like, even regular people, moviegoers didn't like that. Critics didn't like it, and moviegoers.
I told you that movie should not have been made. It was too big. It was too unbelievable, and it's like, okay, now
don't get me wrong.
Now you're trying too hard.
It was a nice thing to go see. It was the Independence Day was entertaining, but will I buy it?
Probably not.
No. Will I go see it again? No. It's kind of like the Terminator movies after Judgment Day. They were entertaining, but you're not going to go buy them.
I did like the last one, Genesis. I did kind of like that one.
I did too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, like, but the point is,
I seriously like that too.
But Revelation, with Christian Bale, you like
that one should never have happened.
Yeah,
but you still like the movie. It was entertaining, but you're not going to go buy it.
I don't think that was even entertaining.
Well, Revelation was a complete screw up because Christian Bale was supposed to be John Connor and he was supposed to die real early in the movie, but then he pitched a fit. And they rewrote the whole script, so John Connor is now in the whole movie when he wasn't supposed to be. So, like, it's basically that's when the actor's pride gets in the way of actual movie.
Yeah,
so Jerry's so bored he's reading a book.
I don't know any of these movies.
Go watch a movie.
It's fine.
It's fine. But, I haven't even. The movie sucks so bad. I haven't even been able to find it in like the cheap bins at Walmart.
Yeah,
okay?
It's really.
That's
bad.
how you know it was really bad.
But
like
pretty
even
much.
the Xbox store doesn't have that movie.
Yeah,
but
they have all the movies.
What we saw Ninja Turtles earlier, and
I didn't see that one.
Critics didn't really like that either. Yeah, I saw that. Critics didn't like that either.
It was an okay movie.
It was a fun movie.
I like Bebop and Rocksteady.
It was a lot better than the first movie, and you got to actually see the Turtles. The last one was basically Megan Fox presents a Michael Bay production. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, hold on.
Starring Megan Fox.
Megan Fox is Michael Bay's Johnny Depp to Tim Burton.
I was gonna more say like his cosplay fetish crush.
All I'm saying is, if they cast her as Sailor Moon, I'm burning down the movie theater. I'm gonna go to whoever's house. I'm gonna smack the shit out of Megan Fox, and I'm gonna go to whoever said it's okay. And I'm gonna burn her house down.
I'm not gonna lie though. Like if they do cast her as like Sailor Moon or one of the Sailor Scouts,
she's not smart enough to be a Sailor Scout.
I'm not saying she's smart enough to be a Sailor Scout.
Then she could be Moon because Moon was the dumbest one of the bunch.
But when they do the little twirly thing with like the transforming, during the transforming scene,
yeah,
I wouldn't complain about that.
I don't think anybody would complain about.
I mean, you're not going to complain about seeing Megan Fox naked.
Get back to the thing.
Yeah, with the whole critical response thing, it seems like the critical response is
critics need to back off.
Here's the question: the people that are watching this, because Rotten Tomatoes, they're usually pretty good with their movie ratings.
Right.
Rotten Tomatoes doesn't actually rate movies.
They don't. They take collectives of everything, which is why everything is usually pretty good if you look at Rotten Tomatoes.
But the thing is, they've been when you look at some of their history, they gave really crappy movies good ratings.
Yeah.
And then movies that were remotely
All right, now let me ask you this question. Let me get to what I'm trying to get to on the point.
Yeah.
What age bracket, what generation are the critics? Are they older generation and they're not feeling the movies? Like like our generation is,
Or
are they a mix of both?
Actually, like one of the ones I watched Movie Bob quite frequently, and he's maybe a little bit older than me. Like when he was the guy that said that the Ghostbusters movie was good, and that a bunch of these man crybabies need to get over themselves and just adapt and realize that this is a new generation and they're moving things forward. It's okay if things change.
And I'm fine with changing things to fit the new generation, but at the same time, if you're going to rehash something like Ghostbusters or Batman, you have to bring what people like to the character. If you don't bring the stuff that made the character
or the movie,
you can't move on with something like.
But see,
you can't completely change everything about the movie and expect people to like it.
But see, there's that, but there's also a slavish devotion to like everything about it. Because if you keep the personality,
and
of the
I don't
movie,
want Bat Nipples.
Okay, we've made it.
Nobody wants Bat Nipples.
I'm pretty sure
if you keep the personality of the movie, but you change other things to make a fresh new story, that's fine. But you can't complain about how there's no individuality or uniqueness in a movie if every movie is literally the same movie every time.
Well, it's the same thing it's the same thing you're seeing in all the primary entertainment sources. And by that I mean you're seeing the same type of shit come out left and right in the music industry. That
all
really top
superhero TV shows.
Well, no. Like what I'm just getting at is like if you look at the music industry, the top artists right now all sound pretty much the same.
Yeah,
you got a couple. You got a couple.
Now sounds like
pop
music.
The same 5 songs.
The same time. Yeah, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. You look at the gaming industry. I mean, every year you get Call of Duty,
Madden,
an Assassin. Well,
Battlefield.
They took off on Assassin's Battlefield. Usually take a year or two off.
Yeah,
but still, it's up until Battlefield 1. It has been the same from Battlefield 2.
Yeah, it's just rehashing.
Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. And then up until, I'll even give you the new one. What was the new one?
Hardline.
Hardline. That was at least somewhat different.
But it was still had the
It was essentially a total conversion mod.
But what I'm getting to is that in everything that's popular right now, and everything that's a money-making entity in the industry, movies, games, music.
But see...
Hold on. The reason why they keep making them, and the reason why they come out with one every year and it's pretty much the same... cookie cutter type mold is because people buy it. I will tell you right now, I'm going to buy Battlefield 1 because I like it. I'm going to go see Doctor Strange here in November because I like it. You know damn well I'm going to see Star Wars because I like it.
Are you going to
Have you seen the new Star Wars trailer?
The new Call of Duty?
With Vader?
I will.
No, because Call of Duty pissed me off when it blatantly became a money grab.
That's the reason why they broke it up between 3 studios now.
No. That's another reason why I don't like it. It's 2 studios.
It's Treyarch,
Infinity Ward.
Infinity Ward did started the whole money grab. And then Treyarch went with it. But you have to understand when it comes to Call of Duty, they are a year behind. Treyarch is following what Infinity Ward did.
Yeah.
When Infinity Ward started the advanced movement system with Advanced Warfare, and people somewhat kind of liked it, Black Ops 3 said, hey, let's do that too. This formula's working.
Yeah.
People are getting good reviews for it. Let's try this ourselves for Black Ops 3.
Well, it's like
and then Infinity Ward said, hey, everybody liked Black Ops 3. Let's do it again with Infinity Ward. But people are clamoring for boots on the ground, but they don't want boots on the ground.
But by that he means like old school type shooter.
Totally phased out on that.
Yeah, it's fine. But what we're saying is it's like the same thing that you're seeing. And like I see it too. Like the critics are going to start seeing the same thing. They have literally gone through the last 10 years almost. When did Iron Man come out? The first
2008.
One. Yeah, almost 10 years of
Marvel
superhero movies every year.
Yeah,
at least 2 superhero movies every year.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? No good other movies.
Yeah, so to a critic, they're probably tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. But to the fan, we're eating it up because we want to go see it. I don't want to see a little rom-com because that's dumb. I'm not going to spend $15 to sit in a movie theater and watch this guy change.
But I will go to the movie theater to watch a good hard sci-fi.
But
but again though, that's.
Now they're going to be doing Star Wars every year.
I hope
it's going to be it's a Star Wars movie every year. There will be the one with the
The episodic ones every 2 years.
Ones every 2 years.
And then in between is going to be a story, a Star Wars story.
Like, Rogue One will be this year. Next year will be Episode 8.
And then after that is
the Han Solo. Please be Han Solo.
No, they haven't
check this
confirmed that yet.
I want Han Solo.
It's probably going to be the last one.
But
after Harrison Ford dies.
But one of the things...
Daddy doesn't die.
He already did in Episode 7.
Anyway, one of the things that I kind of think that a lot of these studios or movie makers, when they draw from these inspirations, they're afraid to go off. They're afraid to, be inventive or go off of the script and everything. Instance,
well, that's the reason why indie productions are getting so much love right now. Because those are the guys that are willing to take the risks. If you're doing $20 million plus on a project, the people in charge of that are going to want to see a return. Therefore, they're going to restrict people and make them put out something that focus tests.
Well, that's not what I mean.
It's kind of like
what I'm saying is, for instance, look at movies just dropped this summer. Batman: The Killing Joke.
Oh my god!
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. If they would have messed with the actual Killing Joke story of it,
fans would have flipped
completely, 100%.
They were so upset that Batman had a love relationship with Barbara.
Yes, but that wasn't the Killing Joke part.
No, it wasn't.
No. That was before the actual Killing Joke story started.
Well, according to what I heard, the whole thing, the reason why they even changed any of that is because they wanted to give Robert Gordon a bit more depth
and they
than
wanted
just female psychic.
Yes, and they wanted to also add more to the story. And they've done this before. They did it with other stories and did this with other things. But the thing is, this is one of the iconic stories. So if they're adapting it, they have to make it pretty much one for one. Right. If not, people are going to rebel and just offshoot it or whatever like that. Now, for instance, check out Civil War. Civil War came out. There's a lot of litigations to why they can't make it exactly one for one. But for the most part, they tried to adapt it to the way that they could.
I mean,
even though it was more like a backyard scuffle.
Yeah. But see, my thing is,
they can't bring all the freaking characters out because they're saving that money for the Infinity Wars.
My thing is this: with Killing Joke, how many pages was that? It was a one-issue story.
It was a
graphic novel, but it was a one-issue story. Like, it had maybe 50 pages in it.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to read 50 pages of a comic book? Less than 20 minutes. If they would have put that story exactly how it was, you would have had a movie 5 minutes long.
And see, the thing is, the only thing that they had that followed that up, that was with that graphic novel, was a story about some weird dude shooting Batman in the head.
Yeah, so I'm fully okay with going, hey, you can take some artistic approach here and flesh out a little bit of a story so that you can give us an hour and a half long movie and be worth the $20 that you're going to ask us to spend to watch it. And then, but see something on the opposite side, like the Civil War. Civil War was an entire arc over an entire, the Marvel's, universe, where it wasn't just the Avengers. They had books, offshoots that still dealt with it, but it was, like the X-Men were dealing with it. The Fantastic Four were dealing with it in their own issues.
Exactly.
Wolverine was dealing with it in his own issues. Spider-Man was doing it in his own issues, and so was Iron Man, Thor, Hulk. They were all dealing with these issues.
Even though Hulk was
Ragnarok, but that's not the point. The point was they were fleshing out the stories during Civil War for everybody, not just the Avengers.
Yeah.
So you couldn't have the entire Marvel universe in Marvel Civil War.
Well, yeah, of course.
It would not have worked. You would have had a gazillion people and nobody would have known half of them.
Well, that's why they're doing Infinity War.
But what I was trying to say was that even what it was said was that they were trying to flesh out Barbara Gordon and the Killing Joke a little bit more, make her, seem more than just a two-dimensional, just psychic character, which you could just pretty much describe as extra powers for Batman. But I think what people had a problem with was that they decided to flush Barbara Gordon out by making her fuck a dude. rather than adding any actual character to the person.
What's wrong with fucking a dude? I mean, like,
there's two types of people.
I mean, like,
no. What I'm saying is that as an actual character, it's a targeting sexuality thing. It's like, so you have a female character who's supposedly intelligent.
So she's not allowed.
Anybody is allowed to do whatever they want, but when you're trying to give a person extra character, defining them by their sexuality and who they sleep with is not a good way to do it. Mind you, I am just being a repeater for something I heard because I have not seen that either. I'm just saying that seems like a reasonable criticism to me.
Let's go ahead and rein it in a little bit because that's going far to another topic. That's going with, that whole thing. But the major point is critical response. Like, some of the critics didn't like that movie either. Some of the critics didn't like this whole summer, this whole year has been like, critics love this, go see it. The critics hate this, don't go see it. So how are we supposed to believe a lot of these critics? Like, a lot of the time, they rate things like...
Can I? Fuck the critics, watch what you want.
Well, it's not even watching, it's playing stuff. It's like, they said that the remakes of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Pokemon games, too much water.
Wasn't it water-based?
Yeah, the first games were
water.
The first games were all about water. It's like, okay, did you not play the first original games?
No, I didn't. Remakes. No, I didn't. I really
you also
honestly
have to remember that the people who are
I'm talking about the critics.
The people who are critics for games now were not the critics when the games first came out,
or movies.
And here's my other thing.
Stuff.
Everybody, I'm just going to bring this up, and you guys can hate me for it if you want. I watched Gods of Egypt. It was good.
I'm not hating on you. I wanted to see it, but I didn't get to it.
It was really, it was a fantasized universe.
It was whitewashed, if you ask Dre.
It was whitewashed, if you ask Dre, but who cares? It was a fantasized version of
Well, then why not just call mythology. It Gods of Norway?
Does it matter?
Let's not do it. Let's not do it at all, because I could be here all day talking about that. We really could be all day.
This is not about the whitewashing.
This is just about critical response.
Critical response, because I agree with you that it was kind of whitewashed.
No, I'm just.
But we're not getting on that. We're not getting on that. Critics hated it because it was it's such a terrible movie. It's so whitewashed. But who cares if it's whitewashed if the movie's good?
Did it have a good story though?
It had a decent story. Like, I'm gonna give a little synopsis. Like, it was all about the story of Horus. Okay, and how he came to be.
Did it have the exact history of Horus?
They kind of played with it.
Of course they.
There's
played way too much incest in Greek mythology to make
it's not even Greek. It's Egyptian.
I'm sorry,
mythology.
Egyptian.
There's way too much incest to even get into, to go right off the back with it. But at the same time, they played with it. They made a fantasy universe out of it, and it was good. For somebody who has been wanting a good fantasy story that's not Lord of the Rings, it was a pleasant experience.
You can always watch Forbidden Kingdom, I guess.
No. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of critics going and saying, it's this, it's not the same. Like, critics need to stop. Go see the movie. Actually, go see the movie. Don't just read the Reddit, plot hole. And this is talking not just the big critics that, go to see the movie and rate the movies. I'm talking about the YouTubers, too. You need to stop going on Reddit and actually go see the movie and enjoy it for what it is. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it, but give the movie a shot. Don't just throw it out there and that it's crap.
Look, just because of the way that I am as a person and me knowing about Egyptian mythology and respecting it so much, I cannot in good conscience watch that movie.
And can I ask a question before we start going down on this?
Yeah.
Why are critics reviewing the movie a week before it comes out?
Well,
why are they coming out and saying this movie sucks a week before it comes out?
They get press
pre-releases.
Yeah, but my thing is you have about 300 people saying this movie's okay, this movie's bad, so on and so forth. Why is it that we're basing our entire opinion of a movie that we have not seen on somebody who's seen it a week before it actually comes out? Okay, to say, alright, it's not this, alright, it's not that. Alright, y'all know somebody in your circle of friends, and I'm talking like everybody on this planet, that's going to see the movie regardless. Ask them. Talk to people you actually know. Because if a hardcore nerd were to go to nerd were to go to this movie,
yeah,
and they said, "Man, this movie sucked," I'm gonna listen to it.
Right.
But if average moviegoer goes to see this and it's just it's a Founding Out, we're gonna go take our kids to see that movie.
We're gonna go take our kids.
This movie wasn't approved. Yeah.
No.
And then he comes back and says, "Oh, I didn't like the movie. It's this, that, or the other." You know what I mean? It wasn't the target audience. It wasn't the right person. And that's what I feel like the critics are saying. I feel like the critics are looking at the movies like, "Oh, this is an Oscar-ready movie, blah, blah, blah." It's like, it's not meant to be an Oscar award-winning movie. It's meant to be a money grab from DC to bounce back from freaking Batman vs. Superman. And on top of that, it's meant to tell you another story. DC's trying to capitalize on the comic book craze as Marvel has and all those other jazz. So stop looking at it like it's going to be like this great, oh my god, mind-blowing movie. It's not that.
Just enjoy
it for what it is. To be fair, if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, their review of a lot of other DC movies up until Green Lantern they gave them pretty good reviews. Like, we don't speak of Dark Lantern. Like Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins. Heck, even Mask of the Phantasm, some of the animated movies, they've given them pretty good reviews.
They were actually really good.
Yes, but those movies, like you said, were good movies.
I think this all changed when Zack Snyder did Superman. It was Zack Snyder, right?
Yeah, he did Man of Steel.
Yeah,
no,
he did.
I liked Man of Steel.
I liked Man of Steel too.
I liked it.
I think the critical backlash began with that movie because a lot of people were fussing because they're like, "That's not my Superman. I don't know what."
But here's the thing about Zack Snyder. Let me say this one real quick. The thing about Zack Snyder, he's not a storyteller.
He's not.
He is not a storyteller. He's a visual director. As far as visuals, you look at Batman v Superman, you look at Man of Steel, you look at 300. Visually, they are amazing. But he draws them from comics, and as far as telling the stories, he's not there.
I feel like everybody was expecting a Nolan level Superman, Nolan level continuation of DC. Because when you come out with the Dark Knight trilogy, and it's absolutely amazing on every single one.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Well,
except for Bane, I didn't like Bane.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Okay, so
I'm Batman.
Yeah,
but
no, you need a throat loud.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you stack, anything. You just take any movie that coming off the heels of the last DC franchise was really, really good. I like Bane. Everybody can suck it.
My brother likes Bane.
They didn't do Bane right.
They didn't. I will give you that, but they did a realistic version of Bane.
It's the same thing.
But to get back to my point, so now you have like these really good trilogy, right?
Like the original Star Wars trilogy.
Okay, we're not getting into that.
I'm just saying, the Star Wars trilogy and the prequels.
Just stop. We're not going on that. I don't have time. So now you have this really good original trilogy, and now you're coming out of it. And Man of Steel was the first DC movie right after. The Dark Knight of Superman. Mm-hmm. Well, that one doesn't count. We don't talk about
Bushy Brows.
So now you have this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's expecting to live up to the Dark Knight series. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody's expecting Batman v Superman to be like this really awesome thing. And it's not. It's not this really awesome thing. It's not what everybody expected it is. And I think a lot of it has to do with the hype train. Because the hype train might derail it before it even goes. Like if you're sitting there... Hold on a second, let me run back.
But no, like I see what he's saying. Like the whole like you're going off of these movies and you expect it to be like this. Me personally, I'm ecstatic for Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And like I even saw like in one of the little trailers, like she actually did the little spin, like the old TV show, and I was like,
Recently in the news, there's been this this open letter from a former DC Warner Brothers employee that was working with the movies and everything like that, and they were just talking about how the layoffs that Kevin Tsuchihara was doing he wasn't handling them right, and how Zack Snyder should be punished, but he isn't really being punished for these movies that are now up to snuff. Well, and basically also saying, they called it to account saying that the whole universe is a mess, and even Wonder Woman is going to be a mess as well.
They need to stop
but the thing
bleeding
is,
while they can.
Patty Jenkins basically came out and said, I don't know who this is or where they're getting their source from, but yeah, they're wrong.
Well, all I gotta say is
like
they need to stop. I mean, the Suicide Squad's making them money. Let's give them that. They're making money.
And so far, right now, it's, as far as the drop it got for Friday, it did get a 79% drop.
Well, yeah,
it's not as big as Batman v Superman's drop. It's almost there, but as far as their weekday sales were really good. They sold really good during the weekday. Like, they even broke, I believe, Avengers 2 and Guardian of the Galaxy record for Tuesday.
Star Wars.
There you go.
But
they broke their records.
But let me explain something on that. I think people are starting to get the fact that, hey, let's not go to the movie on Friday when it just came out. Let's wait a day. And that's why some of the movie numbers are going up during the week. And you also have to remember, we're during the summer, so kids are
and the
school.
fact that, like, I can go see movies for $5 during the week versus $15
during $15 for on a weekend, and it's like, Jesus.
Exactly.
All right, so closing thoughts?
Critics
Here's
need to
the
shut up.
thing. DB, you need to have a segment called Here's the Thing.
Here's the thing.
Probably. My closing thoughts, as far as the movie, go see it. It had its faults, but as far as any movie, it may have its faults, and critics may call it out for a lot of things. They watch movies a lot more than us, so maybe some things become muddled and become like looking the same.
I don't know. It's like a case of sommeliers going to a beer tasting. It's like, you guys are there for wine. Why are you going to a beer thing?
Well, no. Here's my thing with critics. All right.
Yeah, I didn't finish my thought.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, DB. Go ahead.
Finish your final thought. Oh, God, that smelled like bad.
I lost it. But anyway, yeah. Go see any movie that you want to go see that's coming out. If you have the interest in it and you're a fan, go see it and figure out what it is you like and dislike about it. Don't be a blind fanboy. As I said in the previous video, don't be ignorant. Know its faults. Find out its faults. Find out its good points. And like it because of that. One of my favorite movies is Constantine. And that's got a lot of faults.
Movie.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Constantine is so good.
See, the thing is, I love that movie, but the thing is, it's...
The best thing about that movie was the shotgun. Was like the Holy Cross shotgun.
Yeah.
And like that was the best thing about the movie to me.
And see, the thing
except
is...
the part where the devil drags him off and he's like, shit.
And see, the thing is, I love that movie, but that movie is kind of bad.
It's bad.
You live long enough to you fuck
yeah.
But
so if you like something, you want to see it, go see it. Josh?
Again, I look at it this way. I've been pretty good with my movie calls this year. You know what I'm saying? Like that, especially Independence Day. I told you guys from the get-go. But I don't know. I've got my criteria. Critics can say it sucks. I'm still going to go see it if it's something I want to see. And I feel like that should be anybody. If it's something you want to see, go see it. If it sucks, it sucks. But you saw it. You're not sitting there like, huh?
Kind of like the Jason Bourne movie.
I liked it.
I mean, it was
a Jason Bourne movie.
It was entertaining, but compared to the other ones, it was kind of crappy.
Yeah, but again, it's like, how many times can you have like a super Jason Bourne movie? Plus, we were like this close to it.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things where like, you gotta go watch it. You gotta go see it. Like, you can't sit here and, oh man, that movie sucks. Did you see it? Nah, but everybody else said it sucked. Then like, how do you know it sucked? You know? Like,
by that logic, you should sit down and watch Dragon Ball Evolution.
No.
Again, that's
we don't talk about that.
That's in the same pile as Terminator Revelations. I can't find it to watch it.
It's okay. I will save you.
It was on FX for a minute. I started watching it and then I fell asleep.
Good. Because no dread.
Are you finished?
No.
It's like the Avatar movie too. I tried to watch it and I couldn't watch it.
Actually, that was kind of entertaining, but still,
It's one of those things where like critics are always are either gonna hit the nail on the head, and a lot of times what the critics are saying is factual because we've seen movies where like, all right, I get what they're saying, like with Batman v Superman. You know, there's a lot of plot holes, there's a lot of missing stuff. I get that, but it doesn't make it a bad movie. No, not all the time. You know what I mean? It's not Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 3, the Booty Shorts edition. You know, it's not Soul Plane, okay?
Hey,
I don't know.
Nothing wrong with Soul Plane.
I would definitely do some research on Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 3, the Booty.
I got to say booty. I got to say booty shorts.
Scott?
Alright, so my thing is how many of these film critics out there...
This is your closing thoughts.
These are my closing thoughts, and I want y'all to think about this next time you go see a movie. How many of these movie critics out there are film students who are putting themselves out there like and saying it because that's not how they would do it? Right? When you're just an average moviegoer who knows nothing about shooting or lighting or any of these things, do you like the movie? Did you like the trailer? Go see it. Who cares what critics say? And critics need to stop being so overly critical about stuff. Because
critics need to stop being critics.
No, you know what I meant? Overly critical. Because there have been some movies like Gods of Egypt, Ghostbusters.
Man, he really liked Gods of Egypt.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying, like, these movies in particular, like, that are great. And then you've got these movies that are like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. And even Michael Bay said, the reason why I keep making these movies like this is because they make money. You have to remember, it's about making money too. So when you get mad that the next Transformers movie is Michael Bay presents explosions, he's trying to make money, and that's what people want is Michael Bay presents explosions.
All I'm saying is Michael Bay needs to direct a Dragon Ball Z movie.
Shh! I will smack you.
You know damn well it would be the best
that would be
thing
They
ever.
would stick. He would
That
get
is
the
the
chance
movie
to
made
put
for-
Marines in it, and then you get to see the Marines be absolutely useless like they are in Dragon Ball. It'd be perfect.
But see, that's the thing. They're not entirely useless in the Transformers.
Think of all the
I'm mad that they're
special
not
effects
entirely
and
useless in
explosions he can
Transformers.
use. Dragon Ball Z is the perfect movie for Michael Bay.
It's literally
We're not talking about this. La 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 la.
Remember
Yeah,
Armageddon?
And considering the way
He's blown up
that his humor
planets.
is, considering the way Michael Bay's humor is, it might actually work out.
I mean, it might
so
work
well.
out, but we're not going to give him that idea because I don't want to.
I've been saying it for
If he
years.
talks to the rich guys.
Yeah. But anything else?
Just stop being overly critical. Go see the movie if you want to go see it, and stop listening to your friends.
Hashtag Michael Ball Z.
And always go see Star Wars because you know that's going to be good anyway.
Fact.
Alright. Out of everybody here, I'm probably the least enamored with DC movies. Thought Suicide Squad was solid. The best parts were probably Amanda Waller and Deadshot. That's just me, though.
Hey, I like
give you
Diablo.
that. We've already said Deadshot and Amanda Waller.
Diablo was pretty cool too.
El Diablo was solid.
Yeah, but he could have done so much more. I really don't.
But
like
I
the fact that
understood
he
why
died.
he.
I understood why he didn't do it, but like the whole thing at the end where he just goes great Aztec form and just
No, he turns into freaking Executor.
he turns into
Hell
like
edition.
he turns into like hell form. Like,
But yeah. So it's great. Like I've held this for a while. Use critics to temper your expectations when going to see a movie. Right? So, if you're caught up on the hype train, use the critics to temper your expectations. Because there's nothing worse than going in super hyped and then coming out feeling meh.
Iron Man 3.
hey, I
was a
stopped.
solid
Why was
movie.
the Mandarin a drunk?
That was funny.
That
It
was hilarious.
Such a letdown. I was like, he's fucking with him. He's fucking with him.
He's gonna pull out some
He's-
weird Chinese
he's-
magic out of nowhere.
No.
Nothing.
No,
Nothing.
he pulled out a goddamn PBR. Fuck, it's real.
That shit was hilarious.
That made me so mad
because it was the extremists. We were all thinking it was going to be we were all thinking that it was going to be like
it was gonna
the Mandarin, and then it was going to be like this big huge battle with Chinese magic versus like American technology, and it's the extremists is the bad guy.
No. Instead, we got Iron Man fighting a bunch of matchstick people.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was pretty cool though.
God.
Anyways,
I still love that. That shit was hilarious.
Speaking of Iron Man, I'm currently caught on the hype train for Doctor Strange.
Oh yes,
I'm completely caught on the hype train for Doctor Strange. I'm trying to get off, but every time I look at a trailer, it's digging its way deeper.
He likes it because of quantum realities.
Well, no, like it's like this. It's like, what is this? My personal mantra? No, this is the Wi-Fi password. Yeah. What do you think? We're savages.
And I'm also currently hyped for Rogue One. If only I'm slightly saddened because I thought it was just going to be like regular people versus the Empire.
No.
And in the latest trailer, they had Jedis in it, and I'm just like,
there's no Jedi in it.
Well,
no.
There was a definite Force user.
No.
He's not a Force user.
No.
Okay, let's not.
Well, then what was he doing? Scott, what was he doing?
I'm done. I'm done talking. I can't do it.
He is a blind man with a stick.
He's not a Force user.
There was definite Force pushing going on there.
He's not a Force user.
All right, Scott.
It has been confirmed he is not a Force user.
Well, then what the fuck was he doing? Magic?
No.
First of all,
he's Daredevil.
First of all, I can tell you right now, Scott's wrong because he says there's no confirmed Force Jedi in it.
They said there were no Jedi in it.
Fucking Darth Vader's in it. Who was Jedi before he was Vader? Wait,
that doesn't count.
Shut up. I just disproved your entire argument.
That's a Sith.
Alright, guys. We'll see you later. Remember, show some class, act like you've been somewhere before. Peace.
He's a Sith.